Do not redeem!
What?
Do not redeem the cards!
Yes, I'm
Do not
redeeming the
redeem
card.
the
I'm
card.
redeeming the cards.
No!
Okay.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Last week, I was contacted by a scammer for the first time in years, but instead of hanging up straight away, I actually tried to be nice to him, and after a 3-hour phone conversation full of fun and laughter, he finally decided to share some personal information, because in his mind, there was nothing I could do with it. Well, 3 days later, I was on a plane heading straight towards India, and once I arrived at his home address, I pushed him aside, met his mother, and did the friggity-friggity with her in front of the grandparents. But apparently, there is an even better way to troll scammers. Scammers panic after I hacked their live CCTV cameras by Nanobeta.
This is live footage of scammers fully panicking. Let's give these scammers a phone call and record their live reactions to a hacker revealing their true identities. Yeah,
My name is...
Sanjeev. Your name is Sanjeev, and your friend next to you is wearing a brown shirt.
Frickin' Sanjeev, bro. It's always Sanjeev. Sanjeev needs to go jump off a cliff in GTA, of course.
So, Sanjeev, why are you scamming people, Sanjeev?
You are Sanjeev. You are Sanjeev. और आपका नाम लिखा था राजा.
Bro, this guy's name's Rajat, bro. Rajat needs to also go and jump off a cliff in GTA.
राजा.
Oh yeah, this is definitely
Oh,
it.
the strat.
They're taping it forever. Alright, so I'm going to explain to you how I found these scammers.
Bro, why are half of them asleep? This guy looks like he's just being shot with a tranquilizer dart. This guy looks like he's currently going through a divorce. This guy looks like he joined the wrong server. Where did this guy come from? This guy looks like some 6'7" Russian dude.
I was doing my usual look around for scammer phone numbers when I came across a list of websites that looked very scammy to say the least. The website looks fairly tame and legit on the surface, but in reality, it's all a scheme to get you to pay for useless drivers or security. But who are the people coming across a fake website that's offering Alexa support? Well, someone who just purchased themselves a brand new Amazon Alexa device, and when they tried to set it up, the instructions informed them to download the Alexa app. So they go on Google and search something up like download Alexa app, but instead of coming across the Google Play Store or the App Store, they get those fake sponsored scam links that I showed you previously. Now on the website, the victim is given multiple options of download. I'm using Windows, so I go ahead and initiate the download for Windows, and I get this fake looking progress bar, and after it loads, it gives me the exact same error message every single time. Reading network error, we couldn't complete your download, please chat with us for more info. And under that, a little option to join the chat. At this point, I know exactly where this is going.
But damn, Alicia Carter. She a bit of a baddie. Customer support? Okay, I might have to go on this website. What even is the website? Echo Device Assist? I want to get her number. Alicia Carter. Where is it? Echo Device Assist? Is it going to be this? I don't know whether clicking a link will get me hacked. Come on, please be it. Please be it. Please be it. No! It's not anything. Okay, it's for sale. No.
As soon as I join the support chat, the scammers will ask me for my name and phone number for a callback to my cell phone.
Damn, he gets a call back from Alicia Carter. He gets her number. What? Bro, how do you even find that website?
Once they have me on the phone, they will convince me that I need to install remote access software for them to fix the issue. And I do the one thing that you are never supposed to do. I let them remotely gain access to my computer, but while they attempt to connect to me, I am actually connecting back to them, reversing the access onto their computer. What is that?
Let me just show you.
Wait,
I don't know what the IP is.
Look over here.
Uno reverse card.
Here?
What is that?
These are the people who are connected with your computer, sir.
They're connected with my computer right now? Right now, the scammer is connected to my computer, but I've actually connected right back to hers, and I'm watching her computer screen as she attempts to run the scam.
Damn, so he's just actually pulled an Uno reverse card right in front of her face. How can you allow someone to reverse hack you if you're a pro scammer in a scam call center?
With their devices, yes. And in order to do that, sir, in order to install the device, the drivers, and to make sure that they work fine on your computer and there'll be no trouble in the future, how long you want the driver? So you want it for the 2 years, you want it for the 3, 5, 10.
Now, while the so-called issues on the computer are actually completely normal, and everything the scammer has told me up to this point has been a lie, you will now try to pitch me one of their bogus support plans. Oh, okay, and what's it called? Okay, so I see the price here. It says $299 for 2 years. Then I see
For
300.
the protection of your phone.
They're typing it.
For that,
They forgot the space over here.
Devices as well. For example, if in the future somebody gets connected with your computer or your IP address and they try to do anything bad activity on the device,
anything bad activity,
they won't be able to connect with you. So.
Oh no.
Okay, wonderful.
Oh no, I need to pay $299 for 2 years so that no one does anything bad activity on my computer device. It always makes me like, you know, slightly cringe seeing these like Indian like scammers like try to do their best like American accents. I think this entire time she was like attempting to put on like an American accent.
How long you want the driver, sir?
How long you want the drivers, sir? Wow, that is brilliant American English. I mean, I used to be able to speak American like way back when I was like less than 10 years old. But the issue is that like when you get older, it's like harder to learn languages. But it's also because I stopped like practicing American because like, yeah, like I never needed to use it. And then it's also pretty hard when like, you know, every time you turn on the TV, everyone speaks Australian instead of like American.
Okay, wonderful. So that's all I have to do is pay for the security and all those problems will stop?
Yes.
But there was not a single problem in the first place with this fake virtual computer that I created 10 minutes ago. And honestly, I wasted enough of this scammer's time, so I decided to confront her about the scam.
Yes, sir. Do you want this driver? Do you want this security or you don't want this, sir?
I don't know. Some of those services were supposed to be running. Some of them are supposed to be stopped. Some of them are supposed to be running. And you're telling me there's something wrong with my computer. I'm starting to think that you're a scammer. Are you a scammer?
Why would I be a scammer?
Sounds like you're a scammer. Why are you disconnecting from my computer, you fake scammer?
That's what you think, sir.
But that's the truth. You know you're a scammer, right? You're lying.
That's not the truth.
All right, so where are you located right now? Where are you located right now?
America. Bro, they just rage quit. Okay, they just get pressed once. They get questioned once for being a scammer, and then they just rage quit.
But while that was happening, I was silently taking a look into this scammer's network, and that was actually when I found the set of CCTV security cameras, guessed the password, and could see everything that was going on inside of this massive scam call center.
You guessed the password?
These cameras gave me an insight into the day-to-day lives of these scammers and gave me a good sense of what the call center looked like and what the layout of the building was.
Wait, you guessed the password? Is that why are you saying that so lightly? Is that wait, that is pretty impressive. Wait, how are you gonna just say that so lightly? Wait, so apparently the most used passwords in scam call centers are 1234556 password admin QWERTY India 123 I love you. Okay, that is okay. What is it? What? But anyways, we get a good look inside the scam call center. It literally looks like a university. Like it looks like people just studying for exams. Like it kind of looks like a library almost.
The first thing I wanted to do was make a mini map of the call center. In total, they had 12 camera views, and by doing a simple head count, I could see that there were around 15 to 20 agents usually on the floor at once. I spotted them many times eating and socializing, just like in any normal job.
Damn, gang signs, gang phase. Whoa. Wait, I thought it was doing the phase up sign, but instead, wait, he was doing the what? Look at that symbol. I'm pretty sure he's doing this. Like this, it's like two fingers. What is it called? Like two up the pinky, one up the stinky?
Now, while I gained access to only one machine in this call center and just breached their CCTV security cameras, I didn't know how I was going to further advance my investigation in proving that these people are guaranteed scammers. I had access to their cameras, but they didn't have a feature that allowed me to listen into the audio. And even if I could listen into the audio, it would be very difficult for me to record any scams. The scammers were actually nice enough to have call recording on their phone system switched on, but even better yet, they had an application on some of their machines by the name of Flashback Recorder, which is an application that not only screen records the actual desktop display, but the microphone connected to that computer. Now, yes, I can match the timeline of the audio to the timeline of the CCTV's internal playback to watch scams that have happened in the past, but the scammers have made it even easier for me by not using any traditional phone systems, but rather virtual ones. I ended up getting access to a couple more machines in this call center, which allowed me to get some rock-solid evidence of their activities.
Okay, that is also not working. It's giving me the same error message, can't reach this page.
Ma'am, I'll do one thing for you. I'll guide you some steps on your computer.
And then I'll ask you to send your bobs and lasagna. That's all part of the Microsoft protocol. You need to, you know, for me to fix your computer, you need to send over some images of your bobs and lasagna. Bro, that granny sounds so old as well. I feel kind of bad for her. Because I'm pretty sure she would have at least lost like maybe at least $500 to $1,000 from that scam.
Let me connect with your computer remotely and I'll set it up for you. Would that work?
That's fine.
Damn, he's so nonchalant with it.
Followed some random stranger's instructions and installed a remote access tool on her computer.
Damn.
Now look at here, ma'am. Can you see there are a number of services which is top right now? Network connectivity, network assistant.
Damn, he's so chill with it. He's so...
Most of your services are down right now that connect your smart devices together. And that's the reason you're having this trouble with the network, ma'am. So let me do one thing for you. Let me put a proper scan on it so we can get the result why it's saying it, okay?
I think I've now heard enough of this, and it's now time for me to warn this person about the scam.
Oh, this is... Wait. This is a live? Wait, it's a live feed of the scam? Wait, so this guy's interfering. Wait, W, who's this guy? W Nanobeta. L Masturbator.
Hi, hello?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, were you on the phone with a gentleman that sounded Indian a second ago?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you, ma'am, that person wasn't from actual tech support. I deal with fraud, like he was a scammer. He was trying to ask...
Yeah, I figured that when he was trying to download stuff on my computer.
Yeah, I wanted to warn you for the future. Like, if someone ever tells you to install something like that on your computer, it's like 99% always a scam, okay? Thankfully, I was able to successfully warn that person about the scam, but there were many more people who had previously been scammed before I had a chance to intervene. This was evident from the many photos I downloaded from the scammers' computers, showing payments made via credit card and checks, anywhere from $100 to $1,200 or even $3,000 for absolutely nothing. This photo in particular that made me really disgusted with these scammers, showing how they forced an elderly-looking man to open his webcam, write a check for them, and send it off to some random shell company in the United States. This is not only why I wanted to identify the heartless scammers in India, but also the people facilitating the laundering of money. Because processing checks internationally is far more difficult and could arouse suspicion, the scammers will instead have their victims make them payable to shell companies in the United States. There are many such companies involved in this scheme, and I've blurred their names because I've reported all of them to US federal authorities where they're being investigated.
Bro, $3,000 US is quite a lot of money to be scammed, like for nothing. No work was conducted. Like, how many hours working at McDonald's would you need to work to get $3,000? Around 222 hours of work at McDonald's. That is insane.
Anyways, I can't show you the business names that I reported to law enforcement, but what I can do is try to get the identities of every single person working inside the call center in India. My first approach was taking a look into the scammers' files in their computers, but this would turn out to be unsuccessful as they mostly only stored scam-related documents and not really any personal information that led me to identifying who they were. So at this point, I didn't really know how I was going to get the information of all 30 of these employees, but that's when I noticed someone on one of the camera views in a separate cabin. This individual is Avnit. She would turn out to be one of the HR managers working in this call center. And my proof of this is that the room she operates in literally has a sign that says HR room, and this is where I actually use the CCTV cameras to my advantage. I simply watched the cameras until Avnit would come into the office, waited for her to take the laptop out of her bag, watched her connect to the hijacked internet that I had access to, and then I was able to pivot to her computer directly. On her computer alone, I downloaded over 500 files containing confidential data. I can tell you this because the first few files I clicked on had things like employee resumes, photos of their ID cards, even pictures of the scammers themselves.
Bro, this guy needs to chill. Is he trying to rizz me up? This is the photo he submitted for his employment. He's trying to rizz up the HR manager. Bro, what's with the eyebrow as well? He's got the eyebrow raised and everything. This is for a job application. This is not for some dating Tinder or anything. Or maybe he just grabbed a random photo from his Tinder and submitted it for the employment photo. But let's have a look at some of the what is that? The resumes. The what do you call it? A cover letter, CV. So the objective is I seek challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. Bro, that is the most generic thing you could have written. I'm surprised they hired this guy. Okay, who's this person? They have a Master's of Computer Application and they have a Bachelor of Mathematics with a... Bro, 72%. Bro, this guy is double L. Who's this guy? Payal. Bro, Payal's an idiot.
And finally, a spreadsheet that contains all of the agents' and managers' personal names, phone numbers, email addresses, and the exact location of where they live. This is a big leak into the company's employee data, and the reason the HR manager would store the scammer's ID photos on her computer was because these scammers don't use traditional keys to enter the call center, but rather access cards. Here I can see the HR manager using the portal to request a new access card for one of the agents. It says she's using an account owned by someone with the name of Bekuchas, and we can see a company name on the left side that reads Sky Sailor Ventures Private Limited. And if I do a quick Google search of that company, the first thing that comes up is a scammer.info post that was created back in November of 2021. The information listed on that post were things like the director's names of the company, Bekuchat Rora and Rajat Sharma. And where have I seen those names before? Well, I saw it 10 seconds ago on the HR manager's laptop when she logged into the portal to submit the access card. And at this point, I already found public records of these two scam fraudsters registering Sky Sailor Ventures Private Limited back in 2019. This would turn out to be the real Indian company. So here I could confirm that Rajat and Bekujat were running a scam call center in Punjab, India. And if you still don't believe me, I went and found Rajat's LinkedIn account, which showed me a photo of how he looks like. And what do you know? The HR manager has a photo of someone on her hard drive that looks very similar to the profile picture on LinkedIn. This is Rajat.
I don't know whether this guy... Is this really Rajat? This guy looks very, he looks very white.
Now it was time for me to pivot my access to the people who actually manage all of the finances and bookkeeping. Okay, so these agents, when they reach the finale of their scam, they open up their remote LAN chatting tool and pass the victim information over to someone by the name of Chavi. I'm pretty sure this guy manages all of the financial data in this call center. Let's put his name onto Google and see what comes up. Okay, so I see a LinkedIn profile. Let's click on this. Chavi. Yeah, that's definitely our guy. Look at that photo. Okay, yeah, he's the operations manager. We definitely need to access his computer. So after a couple of days of me just waiting and waiting, I finally got access to his computer. I won't tell you how I hacked this computer since I want to use the same methods in the future, but I pretty much got the keys to all of the financial information that you could imagine. I'll talk more about that in a second, but I realized I didn't even need to gather more information on Chavi because when I downloaded those 500 files worth of confidential employee data off of the HR manager's computer, I got all of his info in the process. I have his personal information sheet, his Indian identity card or Aadhaar card, and multiple snapshots including this very clear photo that matches up perfectly with his ID card and his personal LinkedIn page. Finally, it was now time to extract all of the data on his computer, and let me tell you now, this guy had access to everything. I could see the payment databases, the Stripe accounts, and even the scammers creating the invoices on PayPal that they would directly send to their scam victims. Of course, if the scammers were already dumb enough to let me see all of this, surely they would be dumb enough to not set passwords on their confidential spreadsheets, right? Well, let's find out. Okay, let's open this. Ah, dang. Looks like we can't access their master tracking spreadsheet. Oh wait, I suppose if I have access to their internal cameras, I could just watch them type the password to the spreadsheets live on CCTV.
Damn, this guy's good.
If only it was that easy though. Actually, it was that easy because I exported over 250 clear text passwords from the scammers' their computers.
Jesus.
This gave me direct access to all of these accounts, and the first thing I did was log into these accounts and silently export all of the transactions that had been initiated on Stripe and PayPal. That's when I noticed these scammers are even dumber than I originally thought.
I mean, I don't know whether, like, the scammers are dumb or whether you're just cracked. I think you actually might just be cracked.
Rajat, one of the directors and key players of this operation, used his real name, phone number, and personal email address to set up this fraudulent PayPal. This guy, who thinks he's tough shit with his call center and illegal scams, put his real name on this PayPal.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
This allowed me to trace the scam payments right back to his Indian bank account. Finally, I gained access to their simple invoice page, which revealed how much money they have stolen between the years of 2021 and 2024. Each month, these scammers on average steal around $100,000, and in the time span of just 1 year, they steal over $1.1 million. If we do the math of how much money they have stolen over the course of 3 years, it would be exactly $2,785,728 just from US and Canadian citizens.
Bro, that is insane. And I bet they still pay like the workers like $1 every single day. So how many workers are there in this call center? There's like 100 workers. So every day they get $1. So that's like how much in a year? That's like $36,000 in a year that the guy pays them. And that's like in total. But I guess it's good that some of these people weren't falling for the scams because yeah, some of the invoices got canceled. But then a lot of them got paid. Bro, $212 US dollars.
So if I had all of this information, what else was I missing? Well, I still had no idea where the scam call center was located. I had access to 2 outside angles on the CCTV that gave me a look into the entrance of the call center. On one of those views, I could see a security booth and a little road.
Wait, surely just call like Rainbow, like the GeoGuessr guy at this point. Like this would be enough information, right? Actually, you know what? Let me have a shot. Is it Google Maps or Google Earth that we do? Is it maybe it's Google Maps, Google Earth. Okay, so it has to be in India. Okay, so where is it? India is like over here somewhere. I think it's it's over here. So I'm gonna assume it's maybe like where some like vegetation is gonna be. So maybe near like the coast. So I'm gonna say maybe it'll be like here, maybe near the mosque. I'm gonna say it's over here, probably in one of these buildings. I'm gonna guess over here. Boom. So what are the coordinates? How do I check my coordinates? I think it's here, over here. So this is my guess. We'll check to see whether it's accurate by the end of this video. I think they'll show the coordinates, maybe.
But this scam call center has Wi-Fi in and outside of the building. And by using the names of the wireless networks, as well as their strengths relative to the scammer's computers, we can precisely determine where the scam call center is located. And when I put those coordinates into Google Earth, I get zoomed into this location in Mohali, Punjab.
Wait, I knew it. Wait, how close was I? 3076. I was literally there. I was like 15, what is this? 1521. Yeah, that's close enough. 3076. Okay, let's just type that in. And it is there. Damn. I was so close.
When you enter Street View, you can see Villa Verde, Residential Tower, Cork City. And then this text over here is too blurry for me to read. And then some more Cork City, and then the atrium Cork City. So
why they named their residential town Quirky City, and then the atrium Cork City. So I thought this security booth right here was the same one, but if we actually compare it to the one on the CCTV, they're actually just completely different. So at the beginning, I thought this building on the right was the actual scam call center, but it's not. So the actual location of the scam call center is towards the back of the building. So if we do a quick zoom in, we can see on the left side over here, that's the security booth. So let's take a look at the CCTV, and that's the same. And if we look on the right side, we can see the parking lot. And on the left side, we have that turn. So I believe the scammers are in this building right here. So these scammers are located in the atrium Cork City building of Sector 74, Phase AB, Mohali, Punjab. When I put that address into Google, the first result is the official CorkCity.com website, which is the exact same website I saw the HR manager using previously. I very quickly found this YouTube video giving a tour of the building, and at first, I recognized the entrance from Google Street View imagery, but when they brought the camera to the back of the building, I was 100% able to confirm the location of the call center. In this frame right here, they even got a shot of the entrance, which matches up perfectly with what we can see on the CCTV cameras. So these scammers are located in this very high-end building. As stated in the description in this video, the building has a ton of amenities, like a massive swimming pool, a full fitness center. You know what else is massive?
Like a massive swimming pool, a full fitness center, CCTV security cameras, and a 24/7 on-site security team. I wanted to identify if any other people have dealt with this call center in the past, and while looking at many reviews made by previously scammed victims, I actually remembered that I picked up a password to the scammer's Better Business Bureau account, allowing me to have full control of all of the reviews. Now, I want to respond to everybody like, oh, this is a scam company that we do. Yes, we actually.
Very sorry. Want your money back? Go to your bank and ask for a chargeback.
I'll actually give you the director's name while I'm at it.
Yeah. Here's his personal phone number.
Here you go. So that's exactly what I did. I replied to all of the people agreeing with their statements and even confirming that they are indeed a scam company. And at this point, I have gathered pretty much all the evidence I needed. I had the names of the bosses and most of the employees. I had their exact location. And finally, I was able to trace the scam payments right back to the managing directors. Instead of just watching them and doing nothing, let's rather engage in some sabotage. The first thing I did was report the scammer's Google AdSense account so that nobody can find their website anymore.
What? Then I decided bro, that's the reason. That's why I couldn't find... What was her name? Alicia Carter? Alicia Carter. Damn. This YouTuber is cock-blocking me. Nanobeta. Nanobeta is preventing me from becoming a master beta.
First thing I did was report the scammer's Google AdSense account so that nobody can find their website anymore. Then I decided to report the website itself to GoDaddy so that no victims can access their chat support and phone numbers. Thirdly, I reported the scammers their service agreements to DocuSign. Next, I sent all of the scammers AnyDesk IDs to my friend Matt, who works at AnyDesk, and he managed to ban all of them permanently off of the platform. And Rajat, I reported all of your personal information to the FBI as well. Good luck trying to scam now, buddy. Finally, I logged into the scammer's PayPal account and manually started to refund each one of their victims. Of course, this process would take way too long, so I reported their fraudulent accounts to PayPal themselves, who then responded by banning their PayPal account. No more direct debit payments for them. In late December of 2023, the scammers actually removed the CCTV cameras off of the main network that I had access to, ultimately killing my visual view into this call center. But the scammers forgot about one critical thing. I could watch them through the laptop webcams. Well, kind of. These scammers actually taped up most of the laptop webcams in this call center, so I unfortunately wasn't able to call any of the scammers directly looking at their face, but maybe I can confront them from a different angle. No one really uses this computer right here, and the closest people sitting next to this computer are these guys, so let's give these scammers a scare by revealing their true identities on a phone call.
Yeah, you speak to one of my superiors, okay? Hold on.
Okay, let me speak to him.
Yes, how may I help you?
Yeah, so I bet I can actually guess your name. Yeah.
My name is
Sanjeev, your name is Sanjeev. And your
Friggin'
friend next to you
Sanjeev.
is wearing a brown shirt. So Sanjeev, why are you scamming people, Sanjeev?
What?
Yeah, your name
What?
is Sanjeev.
Sanjeev, go Sanjeev,
your name
jump
is
off a cliff.
Sanjeev.
In GTA.
Yeah, you know Chavi, you know Chavi and Rajat.
Jump off a cliff.
Rajat.
Raj, jump off a cliff.
Avnit, the HR manager. So Sanjeev, let's talk for a bit. You know I can see you right now. Wave at the camera. You see the CCTV camera. You see the cameras right above you? Look up at the CCTV, Sanjeev. Sanjeev, look at the CCTV.
And while you're at it, Sanjeev, go jump off a cliff.
No, I'm wrong. So you're running scams, right, Sanjeev? You're running scams?
No.
Yes, you are.
man, no.
Yeah. I can tell you your job. Your job is to manage all of the chats. So like the people send you the chat, and then you give it to the. So how are you not a scammer? Explain to me how you're not a scammer, Sanjeev. Explain to me.
No. You are wrong.
Are you panicking?
You are wrong. Please,
the HR manager is right next to you.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you please pass the call back to David, or not?
I am you are already talking to him.
Oh, I'm speaking to David right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so David, you're wearing a brown shirt right now, right? You're wearing a brown shirt? Like, look behind you. You know,
no.
So you know Skyfair Travels? Look at the CCTV cameras behind you. Like, look behind you.
I don't know what all you're saying.
Turn around in your chair. Turn around. Turn around. Look, I'm looking at you. Turn around in your chair. No, bro, turn around.
Right,
he's getting someone. He's getting someone right now, I think. At this point, Sanjeev, the scammer that I just confronted, decided it would be a good idea to tell the boss Rajat what just happened.
Damn, he's a snitch. He's telling the teacher on him. Sanjeev just went and snitched on them.
Earlier that day, the HR manager conveniently left her computer in Rajat's personal cabin, which allowed me to grab this webcam footage.
कैमरा किसी के कंट्रोल में है। परमिंदर ने बात की, फिर उसने बोला कि फेक है। मैंने ली कॉल। You are Sanjeev. I know you manage all chat. फिर परमिंदर को बोला उसने कि तूने ब्राउन शर्ट डाली हुई है। हाँ। और आपका नाम ले रहा था राजा।
Why is he smiling, laughing about it?
ऐसे बोला राजा के अंदर गया। अपना बंदा होगा कि कोई है कोई।
What, so he thinks it's a prank?
जब मैंने बात की ना, उसने सीधा बोल दिया You are Sanjeev.
I think he thinks it's a prank.
After this conversation, the HR manager entered the cabin, and she unfortunately grabbed the laptop and took it back to her office. When she made it back to her room, they finally told her everything that had happened. Due to a technical issue, I wasn't able to get audio to this portion of the confrontation.
Damn.
But we can see the HR manager, Avnit, looking visually concerned when she notices her webcam light is on as well. Of course, she doesn't know anything about computers, so she leaves the room to grab someone with more experience. When she comes back in, we can see her point directly at the webcam. Sanjeev, the person we can see right here, tells her it might be a good idea to put some tape over the webcam. Fortunately for us, this is the HR manager and not the IT guy, so instead of taping the actual webcam itself, she taped the webcam light instead.
Oh my god. Oh, okay, great. The light, yes, great, bro. It's like those like sort of stickers. What is it called? Like blackout stickers? Because you know how like sometimes there's like annoying red like lights everywhere, like red dots on like the TV. I think she thought it was one of them. Like you can like black out the red light on the TV. But the thing is, now that she's blocked out the light, like now they won't know like if she's being recorded or not. Because if they can't see if the light is on or off, then they can't tell whether like the camera is on or off. It's sort of the equivalent of like closing your eyes and saying if I can't see them, they can't see me. Like a hide and seek tactic. Like if I can't see them, they can't see me. Like surely.
As for the main room, everyone was sort of in a panic mode, with a ton of people looking pretty concerned. Here we can see Chavi, the operations manager, holding a piece of tape and then pointing straight at the webcam. I assume you can guess what's coming next.
मेरा सिस्टम क्या बोलते हैं इसमें ना सर ने बोला कि इसको शट डाउन नहीं करना है.
Did she just say the N word? Wait.
क्या बोलते हैं इसमें ना सर ने बोला कि इसको शट डाउन नहीं करना है.
Okay, yeah. The N word was definitely said.
Okay, so not only are these scammers like immoral and unethical, but they are also racist.
अच्छा सिर्फ टेपिंग करनी है ना कैमरे की. अभी तो मैं कैमरा कवर कर रहा हूं.
अच्छा ठीक है. ये तो वैसे इसमें पता ही नहीं होता. मैं भी सोच रही थी इसको किसी दिन कवर करने का.
What? Because she likes looking at herself in the camera. Oh, and they do it anyways.
चलो.
I think they're pointing at the light, the camera light. If it's on, then that means the camera's on.
Oh yeah, this is definitely it. They're taping it forever. Why are you guys smashing the laptop? Or they're smashing the laptop?
Yeah, it's the laptop's fault that we got hacked. It's a laptop. It's all the laptop's fault. You should tell them that they have 4 people working undercover at their place. That will make them super suspicious of their own workers, bro. That is actually a good idea. A scamming company has a HR manager. Let that sink in.